Have you ever felt like you're giving everything you have of yourself but to others, but losing yourself in the process? Like you're keeping the lights on for everyone else, but forgetting about your own spark. Today, I'm going to be painting a lighthouse, and I want to share a story about the keeper of the lighthouse. This is the journal that I use to put all of my watercolor paintings in. So I'm going to get started on drawing the lighthouse. The keeper of the lighthouse learned that tending to the light wasn't just about others, it was about herself too. This is more than a story about a lighthouse. This story is about accountability, self-love, and why you are worth the effort. Hi, I'm Leslie, a school counselor and therapist turning into a player of the art, or a little art dabbler, if you will, combining things of the therapy world and the art world and the storytelling to bring you inspiration and hopefully some entertainment as well. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, make a comment, subscribe, share with someone. Anything that you can do to help spread my video out into the world can be a big help to not only myself, but to others, which is actually my ultimate goal. So stick with me as I bring this painting to life and take you on a journey of storms, struggles, and a light that shines brighter than ever. By the end, you'll see why taking care of yourself is one of the most powerful acts of love that you can give. In a quiet coastal village long ago, there stood a lighthouse on a rugged cliff. It had weathered decades of storms, guiding sailors safely to shore through relentless gales and crashing waves. The lighthouse was the pride of the village, a beacon of hope and security, and at the heart of it was a solitary keeper, a woman named Mara. Mara had been tending the lighthouse for years. Every day she climbed its steep spiral stairs to polish the glass lens, refill the oil, and ensure the beacon burned bright. It was meticulous work, small tasks repeated day after day, but Mara never wavered. She understood the weight for duty. Without the light, ships would lose their way, dashed upon the jagged rocks below. But what the villagers didn't know was that Mara's devotion to the lighthouse hid a quiet pain. She poured all her energy into the tower, ensuring it stood strong and steady for others. Yet, when she returned to her small cottage at the base of the cliff each night, she was lonely and weary. She ignored her own needs, skipped meals, put off repairing her leaky roof, and left her garden unattended. Mara often told herself, "The light is more important than me." But deep down, she wondered how long she could keep going. One cold winter evening, as snow blanketed the cliffs, Mara climbed the lighthouse stairs to find a crack in the lens. It was small, but growing, and if it shattered, the light would fail. She felt a pang of guilt. She had noticed the lens weakening weeks ago, but thought, it's not that bad. I'll get to it later. Now it was too late to ignore. That same night, a fierce storm rolled in. The wind howled, the seas roared, and dark clouds swallowed the stars. Mara worked frantically to keep the light burning, but the cracked lens scattered the beam. She felt helpless as she imagined the ships out there, trying to find their way in the chaos. As the storm raged, a wave of exhaustion hit her. She sank to the floor of the lantern room, her back against the cold wall. For the first time, she let herself cry. "Why does this feel so hard?" she whispered to the empty room. "Why can't I keep up?" In that moment, Mara realized the truth she had been avoiding. She was the lighthouse's keeper, but she hadn't been keeping herself. She had been so focused on the light that she had forgotten the most important part of its strength, her. When the storm passed, Mara made a decision. She would repair the lens, but she would also tend to herself. She couldn't guide others if her own foundation was crumbling. The next morning, she climbed the stairs again, but this time she took a small mirror with her. She propped it up beside the lens as she worked, letting the sunlight reflect back at her. As she repaired the crack, she thought, "This light isn't just for others, it's for me too." She began to treat herself with the same care that she gave the lighthouse. She ate nourishing meals, patched her roof, and took time to walk along the cliffs, breathing in the salty air. She learned to see her own worth in the effort she put into her well being. And as she grew stronger, so did the lighthouse. Its beam shone brighter than ever. Years later, when Mara was old and gray, travelers would come to the village to see the famous lighthouse and hear the story of its steadfast keeper. They would ask her, "How did you manage to keep the light burning all those years?" Mara would smile and say, "I learned that the light isn't just for the ships, it's for the keeper too. You can't guide others if you let your own flame burn out. The work is hard, but it's worth it because you are worth it." The lighthouse is a symbol of accountability. Like Mara, we all have our own lights to tend to, whether they're commitments, goals, or promises we've made to ourselves. But accountability isn't about perfection, it's about love. It's the daily choice to show up for yourself, to mend the cracks, and to keep the light shining, even when it feels easier to let it fade. So today, I challenge you. If you are the keeper of your own light, how would you care for it? Are there cracks in your lens that need attention? What small steps can you take today to show yourself love? Think of one thing that you can do to take care of your light. Maybe it's setting a boundary, showing up for a commitment you made to yourself, or just resting when you need to. We're all keepers of our own lighthouses. The world around us may feel like a storm, but our light, the way that we show up for ourselves, is what keeps us grounded. The more we tend to it, the brighter it shines. It's about loving yourself enough to say, "I am worth the effort." Thanks for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video and want to have more inspiration, check out whichever video YouTube has for you to play next from my playlist, whatever they think that you might enjoy, or go master your next moment.